So in today's update, the first thing is more weakness to come for the metals and the miners, and why I believe we're actually at a major top right now in gold, and I believe there's a lot more downside to come. And for those that didn't listen to me a month ago who were calling me everything underneath the sun, I hope you listened to what I was saying, because what I was saying was coming is actually what's happening right now, and I hope you actually heard my warning signs and you didn't load up and leverage there. Next, I'm going to talk about the stock market. One more push before the 2026. And also, the reason why I say before the 2026 crash, right now there's extreme fear in the marketplace. And I believe this extreme fear will push the market higher. Right? Also, the 100-year stock market cycles, major buying points that's coming right now. One market set to break out and start a 1 to 2 year big bull market. No one sees this. And also, my best buy pick from now through the end of 2026 as everything starts to come crumbling down, and gold is already, and the mining stocks and all that sort of stuff is already starting. So let me actually start off with that point here. So let's actually go straight into the good old metals and miners. Let's actually start off with the good old silver, right? Silver first. So if you've been watching my videos now for the last 6 months, you will know that I was screaming to the mountaintops trying to get people to not FOMO into this market, because we're going to get a hard and fast correction out of this. I literally had probably 99% of the comments call me an idiot and a moron, and you don't understand, John, this time is different. You simply just don't get it. The central banks are buying, the inflation, the debt bubble, the end of the game, and all these reasons why I was wrong. Yet we can see what I was actually right about what's happening, and I see more downside to come. This is the silver market from here. I see silver getting down towards this trend line down through here. So I still see that there's actually a lot more downside to come towards this trend line before we get some sort of bounce from there. Moving on now through to the gold market, and gold I see getting down to around about the 3,600 level. There's another big drop. There's another big drop to come out of silver and gold. This is just the start of this level here. And when I see this level here, if I bring this up here, major top, I actually see gold being here. If I bring on the monthly charts, I see this actually in the monthly charts here. This is a major top as we start to head down to 3,000, possibly even more into next year. So right now, what I see happening in the good old gold market, this is a major top. We're probably going to come down to here somewhere, probably get a little bit of a bounce, do this level through here, and then start to make our way down to here somewhere as we start to recuperate a lot of this level here. So big movement coming on the downside from there. Moving on now through to the good old mining sector as well too. And we can see here, nice move to the upside. Now we're getting a pullback, more weakness to come. And my hope, guys, is that if you were around that time and you called me an idiot, a moron, and I had no idea what I was talking about, I hope you can now hear the lessons I was trying to do to save some of you guys, because I saw what's happening here, which the mining stocks is already down 20%, and it's only been about a week or so. So I have a lot more downside to come. Another big down day today, and there's a lot more downside to come out of this level from here. There to there as well too. So that's what I'm seeing there, guys, when it comes to the good old the stock market, or the metals and miners. Stock market here, one more push before 2026 crash, okay? The extreme fear in the marketplace will push this market higher. Now, check this out. So this is the stock market. Let's go to the S&P 500. This is the S&P 500. Check this out. This is crazy. The S&P 500 is down 1%. Yet the fear and greed index is at what? Extreme fear. The extreme fear will push this market higher. Now, let me say this here. I actually said a while ago, I think the fear is going to push this market higher. And someone said, John, you make that title makes no sense. The fear is going to push this market higher. And that's where most people don't get this right. They see this fear and greed index, or they see fear in the marketplace as a reason to sell or short the markets, which, as you know, whenever we get into the extreme fear, we're almost at a point that when people are fearful, be greedy. You probably heard that, right? So right now, we're basically at extreme fear. Any more downside to come, And we're going to be back down here again. Like, look where it is. Look at this fear here. We are setting up for one major big move. So, right now, extreme fear. If we go down to, look at this here. Wow. Right? Momentum, fear. Stock breadth, fear. Oscillator, fear. Put the core ratio. We're still really fearful here. Not as fearful as it was at the start of the year. Like, the start of the year, we got to like 1. Like, look where we were there. Guess when, by the way, guess what that was? That was the bottom, right? That was the bottom of the market. So maximum extreme fear, and neutral through there, and so on and so forth from there, right? So we can see this level from here. So I'm actually expecting to see if we do get a bit more drop to the downside. So what have we got? What have we done now? What's that, 2%? Yeah, we may even get like a little bit more downside, right? So from there to there. We may even get like a 3, 4, 5%, maybe even a moving down through there. Maybe even a 4 or 5% move on the downside from here. That's the S&P. Moving on now through to the Dow Jones. And just waiting for it to come aboard. Right. There we go. Dow Jones. And the same type of thing, right? Same type of thing from there. And the same type of thing for the good old NASDAQ as well too. So, I do see probably, or maybe a little bit more of a correction coming soon, but it's really crazy, as I said through here, right? It's really crazy to see that we're at the extreme fears right now in this marketplace. So more upside to come, guys. More upside to come. So this little drop here, but then next year I see a really big crash coming into next year, which brings on to my point, the 100-year cycles around the Dow Jones and what we see here. Right. So what we're looking at here is, you're going to be looking at here is a monthly chart on the Dow Jones. And all this big long-term monthly charts, I believe we have 5 years to go, 2030, for the rest of this long-term bull market. But I just said long-term bull market, right? As you can see here, right, this one right here, okay? There we go. Right, as you can see here, this is the long-term chart from here, right? We push to the upside from here a little bit more. We get a little bit of a correction, but that into 2027 is going to be a buying opportunity, and then we're going to continue this up move. Look at every single time, Trump, COVID, recession fears, tariff, every time we've continued this upward movement. So when the next buying opportunity comes, just get ready for it, because it's going to be a really good buying opportunity. We're going to see a big rally back up into 2030. So even though I do see a crash coming next year, 20% S&P, 40% Nasdaq, it's an amazing buying opportunity, guys. Amazing buying opportunity. So that's the one. So that's the one market here, guys. The one market set to have a big breakout. The start of 1 to 2 year bull market. No one actually sees this here. No one is talking about this. And what is that market? What is that market? That is the energy market, right? Looking at things like this one here. This is the energy market looking at, this is the logarithmic chart, and you can see this holding through here, the energy market, and even things like USO. I believe we're getting ready for some sort of big move. This is the energy market, and this is the USO through here. Look at this here. Absolutely just incredible, right? Big sideways movement from here. So we're about to see some really big sort of, if I go to this level here, this is the weekly chart here, right? Once we start to break out, if we hold here, we start to break out, we start to get above 90 out of this USO chart, get ready for a big move. So the energy in the USO is the next market to give us some really good buying opportunities. Now, as the stock market comes down, this sector here may be that sector to start to see a really big movement to the upside. This energy here, really big move. And the last but least, guys, my best pick for 2026, and one that I'm investing in right now, is the TLT and the bond market, right? TLT, TMF market from here. Let's bring on this level from here, right? And this is the TLT, this is the bond market, this is the short-term picture, nice little, small little upward trend. And I get some people, the interesting thing is, guys, when I say this, as I'm saying this here, this is a 12-month trade, not a 1-week trade, or, oh my goodness, the market went down 2 days, I better get out. Like, no, you are mixing this up, right? Some people are getting so freaked out about this, right? So freaked out. What I'm talking about here on TLT and also TMF is this. This is TMF chart here, okay? I'm seeing TMF now making a bottoming pattern. Not like, oh my goodness, it went down a couple of days. Like, no, right? That's not what this is all about. People get so freaked out about a few days. Oh my goodness, it's had red day for 2 days. Like, stop it, right? No, this is more like an investing position. You go through the swings. I eventually see over the next 12 months, this thing ultimately heading up towards these levels up here. And possibly even this level up here, which is around the 120. First target is around 80. And then maybe we're going to roll back over as well too. But I see things like this coming into play. So as gold comes down and silver comes down and the mining stocks come down and the stock market comes down, guess what? Then now I believe one of the best markets. And as the interest rates start to come down as well too, right? Interest rates continue to come down from here. Where are we? Right? Interest rates continue to roll over from here. This is the 10-year, right? And this is the 30-year. As this continues to roll over, we're going to see things like TLT, TMF actually continue to pick up. Once this does start to break out above 92, then my first level target, once it breaks above 92 here, then we have a really, really nice move coming up towards around the 102 level. So this could just be a nice little pullback. But you've got to understand what a trend is, okay? When I say a big bull market is coming, that's what this is. A big bull market is up and then down, high, low, and up and down, high, low. This is a bull market. That means it went down through here. That means we had red candles through here. That means this actually could be part of a week to 2 weeks through here. Get the point? That's what a big bull market is. A big bull market's not just straight up. Some people said, oh, John, oh my goodness, they're getting red candles here. Like, no. If you are in TLT right now and you worried about that, you have no idea what this trade is all about and how I'm doing this and the risk management and how I'm playing it from here. I'm just explaining it to you here right now, right? But as I speak right now, what is going on here? Low, higher low, 50 moving average, low, higher low, bouncing up, coming down. We're probably going to do this several from here. We're probably going to break 92. Next port of call is up around that 100 level from there. And then, actually, yeah, that's actually a major resistance level up there, around that 100 level. 100, well, probably at 102 is that 102 to probably that next level up through there. So this is where we're probably going to rise from here. We're probably going to hold and probably going to continue to rise up from there. And that's all that it may do from there. We do actually, if it does continue up a little bit more, like we do have that next sort of target up around the 110. If I look at the TMF, this is the one that I've invested in myself. Invested in, guys. Did you hear that word? Invested. That means I don't care what happens in the next couple of weeks. Now, the levels for me is, once again, that's that next, once we continue up from here, we're going to go to probably 180. Probably going to go to 80. That's that next level there. And then if we bounce off and push back up, we're probably going to get a lead up to 120. I don't actually expect it to go too much higher than that. We may, in ultimate extremes, head up towards the 160, 180. But then you don't want to be owning bonds, because that's when it's going to get crushed. And then on the other side of this level, you can see this little marker here I've got, this 2027 marker. That's where I see ultimately it may rally, and then we're probably going to get crushed again as well too. It may even rally up towards the 180 and then probably get crushed again on the other side. This is when you're going to see your gold, your silver, your mining stocks, like all that sort of stuff. We're going to see a massive, massive move from there. So for you guys that think gold's gone to 10,000, you're right, but just wrong timing. Meaning it's going to happen on this side, 2028, 2029, 2030. That's when gold's gone to 10,000. That's when the whole debt bubble is going to happen, right? For you guys that are thinking that's happening right now, that's where you've got it wrong. That's the reason why you got it wrong right now, and gold's having a big drop right now. So this is the whole big cycle that's happening here right now, guys. This is it for me. Traders, make sure you grab access to that book I'm giving away. It's a free book. You can see on the screen there right now. Make sure you get access to that. Or if you'd like to get more sort of coaching, then I want to invite you to apply for my 1% coaching club, where you're with me every day and you're part of a real small group, and it's called my 1% group, where I show you what I'm doing, I teach you and I coach you, and you're with me for an hour or so every single day the market's open for a whole 12 months to help you become part of what I call the 1%. Speak to you soon, guys.